Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This is a vinyasa practice. Always listen to your body and your breath. You might want a couple blocks handy, anything else to support your practice. And let's begin at the front of our mat. You might lift your toes, spread your toes, and lower them back down. Hands might be at your heart. Coming into your mountain pose, Tadasana. Maybe set your intention for your practice. Take a few breaths here, centering, grounding, being present. Let this be your practice. Find variations as you need to. On your inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Nice long spine. Hinge from your hips. Say good morning to those hamstrings. You can bend your knees a little or a lot, whatever feels good to you. Breathe here, pressing into your feet. And then inhale, come up halfway. Bend your knees. Step your right foot back and lower the knee down. You can either stay on your fingertips or use blocks under your hands. And prepare for some cat-cow lunges. Back toes are tucked. Look forward, take an inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, straighten your legs, cat lunge. You might drop your back heel, lift the front toes. Front leg might be a little bent or straight, you decide. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, come forward, lower the back knee down, release the toes. Inhale, rise up with your arms, Anjaneyasana. Lift your gaze. Breathe here. Lengthen out of your low back as you reach your heart energetically upwards. Nice full breaths here. On your next exhale, lower the hands down. You can set the blocks aside. From here, shift your hips back. Bring that left knee in line with your right and come into a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Warming up your spine. And then make your way into a plank. Lower your knees, lower your hips, or whatever way makes sense to you. Lower down onto your mat. And come up into a cobra, Bhujangasana. Elbows towards the back of your mat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up into table or plank. And exhale, downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Ground into your hands and feet. Breathe here. And then inhale, your right leg high. Three-leg dog. Exhale that right foot through in between your hands. Ground the back heel down and rise into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Breathe here. Find your variation. On your exhale, lower your hands back down to the mat or blocks. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Heel pointing to the back of your mat, and inhale, twist to your right. Exhale, lower that hand down. Step your back foot up about a foot, lower the heel. Reach for those blocks if you don't already have them under your hands. Coming into pyramid pose. Nice long spine, hands where they make sense to you. Front knee might be a little bent if you would like. Exhale, bend the front knee, move your blocks forward. Inhale, standing L. Press through that back heel. You can either stay here or walk your hands down to the mat and come into your variation of standing splits. Lengthening through your spine. Exhale, lower that lifted foot down. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale through chair. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Tadasana or Samasthiti, your choice. Pause here, and then we'll do the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Nice long spine. Notice those legs. Notice your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, step your left foot back. Lower the back knee down. Again, you might bring those blocks under your hands. Preparing for cat-cow lunges on this side. Back toes are tucked. Inhale, look forward, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. I like to keep my spine long instead of rounded here. Inhale, cow lunge. Feel those hip flexors. Exhale, cat lunge. One more. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge, straightening the legs. Inhale, come back into that low lunge. Lower the back knee, release the toes, and set your blocks aside. Bring your shoulders over your hips, and then inhale your arms up. Anjaneyasana. Breathe here. Find your variation. Exhale, lower your hands back to the mat. Shift your hips back. Bring that right knee in line with your left. Table pose. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, cow, arching, look forward. Exhale, cat. Notice your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down, your way. Maybe knees, hips, belly, or a chaturanga. Rise into your cobra, or if you prefer, up dog or sphinx. And exhale, make your way back. Maybe passing through table or plank. And then downward dog. Ground into your hands. Ground into your feet as you lift your hips up and back. And take your heart towards your toes. Externally rotating the upper arms, creating space along the upper trapezius. And keeping your ears just about in line with your upper arms. Notice your breath. And then inhale your left leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, bring that foot through in between your hands. Ground the back heel down and rise into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Arms where they make sense to you. So you might have the arms straight up, you might have them out a little wider. Grounding into the outer edge of the back heel, lengthening out of the low back. Heart shines forward. Hips mostly square. Notice your breath. Exhale, lower your hands down, framing your front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Lunge twist to your left. You can use a block under your right hand or just stay on fingertips. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Step the back foot up. Reach for your blocks if you're not already using them. Parshvottanasana, pyramid pose. Legs are strong, spine is long, draw the belly in. Little knee bend in that front knee's totally fine. Press into your feet, lengthen through your spine. If you hinge to go a little deeper, keep that length in your spine. Avoid rounding the spine. And then come up halfway if you were deeper into the fold. Bend your front knee, move the blocks forward. Inhale, standing L. You can stay here or walk your hands down to the mat and come into your variation of standing splits. Breathe here. Exhale, lower that lifted leg. Halfway lift. And then forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, chair. Weight in your heels. Inhale, rise. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to your heart. Notice your breath. So now we're going to do another little flow. You might want to have your blocks at the long side of your mat. And then we're going to take a wide stance. A little bit of dancing warrior, and then we'll come forward using those blocks. So turn your right toes away from you and bend your right knee. You might take that left heel back, bringing your right knee just about over that front ankle. You can decide how wide your legs are. Ground into your feet. Hips are at about a 45-degree angle. Shoulders about over your hips. Arms come up. Warrior 2. Gaze softly over your front fingertips, embodying your inner warrior. Find your breath. So we're going to hold here for a little bit, and then we'll find a little flow, dancing warrior. So we'll go through each movement and hold it for a few breaths, and then we'll do one movement to one breath. Keep your front leg firm, the front knee and hip in the same position, and then reverse your warrior. Front palm up, back arm lightly on that back leg, or it might reach around to that front hip. Reverse warrior. Breathe here. On an inhale, come back, warrior 2. And then let those hips tip forward. Lengthen that right side body, right forearm to that front thigh. Left arm comes up alongside that left ear. Breathe here. Extended side angle. On your next inhale, back to warrior two. Now we're going to do our flow. So take an inhale here and exhale. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, flowing like water. Again, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. On your next inhale, straighten that front leg, lower your arms. Turn your right toes in, and then turn your left toes away from you. Bend your left knee. Adjust your feet where it feels comfortable to you, bending that front knee. Bending that front knee so it's just about over that front ankle. Make sure you're not letting the knee go past the ankle. Back heel slightly back. You can always shorten the stance if you need to. Finding what feels best to you on any given day. Arms up about shoulder height. Breathe here. Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure your hips are at a slight angle and that knee stays just about over the ankle. Ground into your feet. You might notice how one side's a little different than the other. And then reverse your warrior. Keep that same hip position, same knee position in the front leg. Find your variation for that right arm and hand. Just make sure you're not pushing on the back knee. Inhale, back to warrior two. And then tip those hips slightly. Lengthen the left side body. Left forearm to that front thigh. Right arm up alongside that top ear. Nice line of energy from the top of the head all the way to the back heel. And then inhale, come back up, warrior two, and we'll do dancing warrior. Keep that same position in your front knee and hip. Warrior two. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Flowing like water. Move with your breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten that front leg, turn the toes, feet are parallel. From here, wide leg forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Lengthen through your spine. This should feel pretty good. If your legs are straight, keep those thighs active, drawing the kneecaps up. If your legs are bent a little bit, that's okay. Breathe here. And you might just be about halfway. You might have your hands on blocks, or you might bring your hands behind your heels. Whatever feels best to you. You can also have a block under your head. Make sure your hips are staying in line with your heels, or rather in line with your ankles. On your next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to your hips. Slowly come all the way back up. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Step your feet back into a Tadasana and pause. Notice sensation. Find a balance pose, maybe tree pose. You can have your hands at your heart. You might have your foot at the calf, or you can bring one foot up to your thigh. You can have one hand on a wall or something else steady if you would like. If your foot's on your thigh, you can press the foot and thigh into each other for a little more stability. And then release and do the other side. Might find one side is easier or more challenging than the other. Grounding into your standing foot. Find your variation. Each day our balance is a little different. And then thoughtfully release. Come back to Tadasana. And then lower yourself down onto your mat, gracefully or not. Set your blocks aside and straighten your legs out in front of you. From here, you can bend the right knee, cross your right foot over your left leg. Take your right hand behind you, left hand to the outer right knee or thigh. Activate that left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your right. Use that right hand for support so you're not leaning on that hand, but you're using it to keep your spine nice and tall. Inhale, unwind. Straighten your right leg. And then bend your left knee. Cross your left foot over the right leg. Keep that right leg active, toes to the sky. Left hand goes behind you for support. Right hand to the outer left knee. Lengthen as you inhale and then exhale, twist. Breathe here. Inhale, unwind. Straighten that left leg out. And then lower down onto your mat for a brief Shavasana. It's always great to come into a Shavasana. Helps your body sort of integrate everything you've done. Come into your resting pose. Find your variation. Notice your breath. Invite your body to soften and release. Feeling the weight of your body on the mat. And invite your body to soften and spread like water. Releasing a little deeper with each exhale. And let go. Gently bring your awareness back to being on your mat. Notice your body. Notice your breath. When you feel ready, begin to make small movements. Wiggle your fingers, toes, whatever would feel good. And eventually transition over to your right side or whichever side feels best to you. Pause there for a moment. And then bring yourself back up to a seat, maybe keeping your eyes closed. And with appreciation for your focus and your awareness, bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, honor yourself. Thank yourself for taking this time for you. I look forward to seeing you next time on the mat. Have a beautiful day.